Hey everybody, I am just now noticing that parts of my head look like the wall behind me because I chose this background. I think it just means I'm spending too much time inside. So, on my list to do is to see the sun a little bit more. In the meantime, the first area, cognitive characteristics, that I looked at, my stable was specific prior knowledge. In the district I'm working in, we're really trying to hit hard at a K-12 curriculum. So you know a sixth grader has had these set of standards, and so the seventh grade can build upon that. We're really moving toward more of a stable market there. Unstable would be the developmental level, and I'm thinking more of the Piaget, a lot of what our authors talk about, and just where are you at cognitively and growing in that realm can be quite all over the place, especially when you start talking out of state transfers, out of town transfers. For the physiological characteristics, I thought a pretty good stable was age. I typically know that a freshman's going to be 14 and turn 15, and sophomores on up from there. I thought an unstable was general health, especially mental health. If I've not said it before, I'll say it now. One of the biggest impacts right now to what I do in the secondary education world is mental health, and I think that that can be. I smile unstable because the kids are unstable, but unstable because you don't know where they're at and you don't know the trauma in their life and the crises that they're going through. For an affective characteristic, I thought a stable was the um, attitude. No, I didn't. It was the attribution of success or the control, and we really try to hammer with kids, learners, that you're in control of your learning. You get to make those decisions, and we'll help as we can. An unstable was motivation, and if I could figure out how to motivate a teenager, my life would be a lot easier. And a book that I had for y'all, if you've not read, especially if you're in the world of the secondary ed, it's by Larry Cuban, 2004. But the blackboard and the bottom line, why schools can't be businesses. It's a really interesting read if you want to learn more about the history of businesses coming into education and just the perception of how communities view education, often shifting blame and problems in the workforce to schools. And it talks about a little bit in the book about motivation and what to talk to kids about, and how it's not necessarily a one-to-one ratio to say to a kid, hey, you're going to get a good job if you get a good education. Anyway, good read. 2004, I think Harvard Press. Yeah, Harvard University Press. For my last characteristic, social characteristic, I thought a stable was the tendencies toward cooperation or competition. Very rarely for me do I have a student that doesn't want to cooperate with other students. Authority figures is something completely different, and that's why I did not choose this stable towards authority figures. But typically, if I ask two kids to work together in a classroom, they're going to do that. There might be some background or issues with their friendships or whatnot, but if it's about like a math problem and they're going to solve it together, rarely do I have any problems there or have seen that. So that's why I put my guess towards stable. Unstable, definitely socioeconomic. I wish that all kids could come from loving homes, then they get breakfast before they come to school, and they know when they get home they'll have dinner. But that is certainly not the case. Anyway, those are the 8 things to look at. I hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you in the comments.